Then you need to go to the section 7, which is the 7 we are talking about, and you need to build a simple process like this. What I have done is, let me zoom out. All right. So what I have done is, I have taken two input variables which we have configured at the web API endpoint, which is from, and then I have taken another data item which is 2, and I have given them initial value as USD and initial value as INR, because I gonna get exchange rate for the USD to INR. And then what you need to do is you need to drop an action page from here, right? And on action page, if you click on this action, you should be able to see that all the APIs, web API services are listed here. So similar to the VBOs or a business object, you should be able to use web API services. The beauty of this is, once configured, the web API services can be consumed by many processes or any processes you can say in your environment by using their own credentials if required, or by using the different parameters sending at the runtime. So you don't need to configure it again and again, right? So we have this, and then when you, so this VBO, or you can say it as a VBO, but actually it's a web services, takes two input, which is source currency and target currency, and then it provides four output, which is a response content, and then HTTP status code, response header, and the request data, right? If you have worked with the APIs previously, you must know what these details are. But those who are not aware, let me tell you, response content is a output that has been provided when your request has been completed. That means in case your request is fulfilled, you should be able to get the message along with the what you have requested. So for this example, if we got the success, HTTP status code will be returning as a 200. That will be a success code. Similarly, we have different codes like 500, 400, 404, and all those. So if any other code which is not 200, that means there is something wrong with the API. And if you are getting a 200, that means your API call is getting success. So for that, what I have done is I have built a quick decision stage here just to check what is the HTTP status code of this API. And if this is 200, that means your API has worked perfectly. And if it is not, there is something issue with the API. We'll talk about more details into exception and all those. That's not the agenda of this lecture is, but the agenda here is how we're gonna consume this. So we'll simply create four variables, and we should be able to see the result in all those variables when we run it. So let's me quickly go set it as the next stage, run it from here. Okay, so here is the magic. So you have got the response content, which is 748.8193, which is the current exchange rate between USD to INR. So for given 1 USD, you will be getting this much INR. You have also get the request data, which is what we have sent it to the in a form of URL. You can see that we have used a get method, which is a method, and then this URL. And if you click here, you should be able to see other details which we have sent as a form of headers. So you should be able to see all the header information that we have configured has been sent. And similarly, you should be able to see what are the response that we have received from the server. And if you go here in this collection, you should have different way. So these are the some values, those have been provided in the terms of a response header. Sometime you need to build a custom code to understand what are the values has been given as in terms of response, what will be the content type, and all those all those information. But it's a simple API, so we don't require much information here. But yes, we should be able to build some decision making on the basis of the response header that we have received. We also see that HTTP status code is 200, and if there is some error, we should be getting a status code other than 200. In that case, your first API configuration has been done and you have able to make first API call from the Blue Prism. That's all for this lecture. In the next lectures, we'll see more complicated examples where we'll be using authentication bearer and JWT tokens to get the authentication mechanism. Along with, we'll be building more complex request data for fulfilling our requirement. We'll be also trying to look at some of the BP skills, which are nothing but a pre-packaged web APIs to get the third party directly integrated into Blue Prism tools. That's all for today. Thanks for your time. See you in next lecture.